Thanks for coming our way. I mean, it just elevates this event in so many ways, and what Caitlin has done, not just in on the court, but just in general for women and girls in sport, and such an inspiration and motivation. So, I really look forward to seeing your game tomorrow.
I honestly just got so triggered by Caitlin Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
If you're a basketball player, but just a recreational golfer like Caitlin is, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespects the LPGA golfers by thinking she can go into this tournament and do anything.
Caitlin Clark joining an LPGA golf tournament was what Caitlin needed this offseason. From the moment she stepped onto the green, the golf world was stunned by the magnitude of the Caitlin Clark effect. The buzz around her appearance not only turned heads, it also showed the WNBA what real appreciation looks like. The biggest names in golf couldn't believe the level of attention she brought to the tournament, and they made sure to give her the respect she truly deserves, something the WNBA should take notes on. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Here is how Caitlin Clark left the golf world in awe and made everyone rethink what true recognition should look like. Cordonelli. In sharp contrast to the WNBA player's icy, jealously motivated reaction, one of the best female golfers in the world knew how to greet and value Caitlin Clark. The players found it difficult to accept the attention Caitlin was getting. Corda took the effort to make Clark feel included in the event and showed the type of support that every athlete deserves, demonstrating that Caitlin's participation was not only accepted but embraced.
Sweet, so nice. It was nice to kind of get to spend some time with her. We've messaged a little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend some time with her and to see the influence that she has on people, bringing people out here, and to see how amazing of an influence she is just for sports was really cool to see firsthand today.
Maria Fy, a gifted Mexican golfer, was also quick to commend other female athletes. Her response to Caitlin Clark is evidence of how important the Clark effect has grown. It was full of sincere gratitude, demonstrating that when women support one another, everyone benefits, in contrast to the envious and woke WNBA players who couldn't cope with Caitlin's rising fame. By demonstrating that Caitlin's influence transcends sports boundaries, and even seasoned professionals take notice of and applaud her impact, FY showed the world what true sportsmanship and support should look like. This is how it should be done, with respect, admiration, and acknowledgement of talent rather than letting jealousy cloud the way.
I had to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports kicking.
The Golf Channel has put a lot of effort into discussing Caitlin Clark, emphasizing not only her involvement in the LPGA tournament, but also the possible advantages for both Caitlin and the LPGA of collaborating more in the future. Their coverage was refreshing, concentrating on how Caitlin's presence could increase the appeal and visibility of women's golf, while also providing Caitlin with a platform. Beyond basketball, the Golf Channel's assessment was that Caitlin Clark and the LPGA could establish a mutually beneficial partnership that would elevate women's sports overall and set an example that other leagues should be eager to follow. This is a great example of identifying and leveraging potential, something the WNBA has failed to do by undervaluing the star power Caitlin brings.
Huge win already for the LPGA in terms of publicity. Now, what the LPGA does with this going forward, that remains to be seen. But given Clark and her love of golf, saying, she was going to go off and become a professional golfer, I think there's an opportunity here for the LPGA to capitalize and maybe make this into more of a partnership that could benefit both sides beyond just this one.
But that wasn't all the Golf Channel had to say about Caitlin. They also gave her a lot of praise, emphasizing how her presence had given the tournament an electrifying energy that made everyone pay attention. The golf community also showed their admiration for Caitlin, setting an example for how an athlete should be honored and celebrated. The golf community demonstrated what genuine acknowledgement looks like, and the WNBA should take a cue from it if they want to maintain its stars feeling appreciated and supported. This degree of support was in sharp contrast to the harsh welcome Caitlin received from some WNBA players.
Definitely a buzz in the air. I think there's a lot of excitement about what's to come. Caitlin Clark is actually speaking as a part of a panelist this afternoon. So for those who are lucky enough to be in the room, that's exciting. Of course, people can watch it and stream online as well. But I know players are getting excited about seeing some of Caitlin's action tomorrow.
Throughout the competition, when asked how she got into golf, Caitlin Clark gave an interesting, overwhelming, and beautiful tale of how she started playing and how it has become a significant part of her life. Her story demonstrates her love of sports and competitive spirit. Here are Caitlin's thoughts on topics other than basketball.
Dad, I loved it. My dad played a little bit growing up, and then I remember for one of my birthdays, I asked for golf clubs, and I got this cute little pink set. It was probably from, who knows, the store up the street, and a cheap not plastic, but pretty cheap pair. I had them for a while. They were cute. And then eventually got some nice clubs, and, I really love it.
TV host Rachel Dida shared a video highlighting the LPGA's successful strategies and how they capitalized on Caitlin's popularity, something the WNBA did not do. She noted that the LPGA recognized Caitlin's star power and used it to promote the tournament, while the WNBA lost a great chance to do the same. Rachel also stressed that the WNBA could learn a few things from the LPGA's embrace of Caitlin, demonstrating the importance of recognizing and supporting their top athletes.
This Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on.
The whole golf community was supportive when Caitlin Clark finally competed in the LPGA. Posts and live conversations of the 22-year-old's performances were shared on social media, and the Golf Channel began airing the snippets 90 minutes sooner than normal. Rachel felt that the WNBA did not respect Clark because of this amount of zeal, preferring to use her rivals to counterbalance her popularity. The difference between the NBA's outrage and the LPGA's celebration of Caitlin shows how much each league appreciates its players. Caitlin's involvement demonstrated the transformational power of her presence when appropriately appreciated, and it's evident that the golf community is more aware of this than her own league. Watch the video as Rachel talks about how Caitlin is being accepted outside of the WNBA and what the league can take away from this.
I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season.
Brittany Lincecum. Fans of both sports were really moved by another professional golfer's appreciation of Caitlin Clark. The admiration in Brittany's voice was evident as she praised Caitlin's ability to bring a wave of new attention and energy wherever she goes. It was a stark reminder of how influential Caitlin has been and how much the WNBA still needs to learn about recognizing their talent. Brittany didn't hold back when she called Caitlin an absolute game changer, not just for basketball, but for women's sports in general.
It's done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, I'm in awe. I got a basketball. I'm hoping she signs it for my girls. But it's just really cool to see her coming out. I've seen her swing. I think she has a great swing.
In stark contrast to the jealousy Caitlin experienced from some WNBA players, Brittany's praise was a masterclass in genuine support and admiration. This is the kind of recognition that motivates athletes to be their best, something the WNBA needs to take note of if they want to keep and uplift their stars. Brittany truly demonstrated to the WNBA and its players how a superstar like Caitlin Clark should be appreciated. Caitlin Clark Curry, a basketball player who also enjoys and plays golf, had his own thoughts about her. Curry, who has played in many celebrity golf tournaments and is well known for his passion for the game, was quick to commend Caitlin's crossover skills and her ability to captivate audiences on the court and the green. His praise echoed the opinions of the golf community and served as another reminder of how the WNBA should value Caitlin's unique impact.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And her just confidence, you can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot is like that. It's at that level. But if you really watch, like, her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package. And her being the friends breaking that record, and the amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple of years. Every building she goes into, there's a different energy. Like, it's great for her, great for women's basketball.
Tiger Woods, in addition, the renowned golfer, spoke out against Caitlin Clark, and his remarks were surprising. Here is Tiger Woods' opinion of Caitlin Clark. Tiger, who is renowned for his selective praise, particularly when it comes to recognizing talent outside of golf, was truly impressed by Caitlin's presence at the tournament. He spoke openly about her impact, her athleticism, and her ability to add excitement to any sport she touches. It was a powerful moment that left the sports community buzzing. I'm happy to see that Caitlin Clark is now receiving the recognition she deserves from the LPGA after not receiving it in the WNBA. When one of the greatest athletes of all time acknowledges your talent, it speaks volumes about the impact you've made. Caitlin's recognition from such a legendary figure as Tiger Woods is nothing short of fascinating. It's refreshing to witness a community that recognizes her talent and makes her feel truly valued. In addition to praising Caitlin's abilities, Tiger's remarks served as a reminder of what true acknowledgement looks like. It is really disheartening that the WNBA has not given Caitlin the same amount of gratitude that the golf community does, rather than developing her potential. The LPGA and golf community have demonstrated how to properly elevate their best player by embracing skill and honoring brilliance, but the WNBA has allowed envy and pettiness to eclipse their capacity to do so. Nothing less is appropriate for Caitlin Clark. Prominent women's basketball player Gino Ora recently made headlines for his controversial remarks about Caitlin Clark's participation in the LPGA tournament. He called her golf ambitions disrespectful to the LPGA, which shocked many. However, some have questioned the video's authenticity, speculating that it may not be real or genuine. These remarks have added yet another level of controversy to the ongoing discussion surrounding Caitlin Clark ventures. Beyond basketball, keep an eye out because the next video will have you wondering about everything. You won't want to